Hello, beautiful souls. Here we are for part 2 of chapter 1, Allow. Shame. Allow myself to become bigger. Allow myself to become all I have known that I am, all that I am here to do. Allow myself to be confident in sharing my goals without feeling shame or being afraid of what others will think. I recall not being able to utter the words life coach because I was afraid to say it out loud in fear of the reactions of others. I still have difficulty. I have played around with every possible title you can imagine. Lifestyle branding consultant, brand strategist, lifestyle consultant, business mentor, transformation and empowerment coach. Who do you think you are? The voice that so often comes up when I start to move toward the big goals that are on my heart. Every step forward, the voice gets louder and louder. You can't help that many people. Who wants to hear what you have to say? This inner voice is triggered by big goals. It wants me to stay right where I am. Where are you holding yourself back in life? Where are you playing small? We all have that voice, the voice that tells us that it's impossible or that we can't. I want to allow myself to quiet the voices inside that are holding me back from living in and speaking my truth. I know I am destined to speak on stages. I am destined to use my gifts to help others. I am destined to leave a legacy of love on this planet. I want to allow myself to want the things I want without justification or explanation to anyone. I don't need to ask for permission, but do what my heart is wanting and desiring. I want to allow myself to let go of self-imposed restrictions, to stick to what I want without needing to justify it or seek approval outside of myself. I will no longer allow self-sabotage because of shame and identify myself as a failure. It is natural to be afraid when experiencing growth. Will I walk with my fear or run from it and hide? I have rediscovered that as we start to become more of who we are, we will feel shame. How can we honor the shadow part of ourselves? How can we embrace the negative emotions that come up without judgment, shame, and guilt? It is normal to experience negative thoughts and experience many emotions, but emotions are fleeting. They come and they go. It isn't our job to stop the thoughts and emotions from coming through. It is our job to choose what we focus on, what we give our energy to, what we decide to accept as truth. It isn't our job to judge our limiting beliefs and shame ourselves over and over for not moving forward when we are crippled in fear. It is our job to be aware of when it is happening and shift our focus on all of the reasons why we can accomplish something and why we are capable and worthy, as opposed to all of the reasons why we can't, or why we have convinced ourselves that we can't. It is not the limiting belief that is limiting human potential. It is the decision to predominantly focus on one thought over another. Both thoughts exist simultaneously. The same thought that comes through about being unworthy come through about being worthy. There is a lion and lioness within each of us, even if it is a mere glimpse. It's there. It's inside of us, just waiting to be released, waiting to be seen, waiting to be heard. We have the ability to choose which voice we decide to let steer the direction of our lives. For way too long, I have allowed the fear to keep me stuck, to keep me stagnant, to keep me from living the life I know I'm here to live, that I am meant to live. The choice is ours to make. I choose to live. I choose to allow myself to live. Sometimes we fall short, and that is okay. It isn't about the times we fall short. It's about picking ourselves back up, trying again, failing forward, and taking action over and over again toward the very things that scare us, but that make our lives worth living. What brings you immense joy? What brings you closer and closer to your goals and the life you truly want for yourself? I allow myself to step fully into my power, into my truth, and into my soul's calling.